Hey Eggheads, Juan Carlos Bagnell here for Newegg Studios, and it would be fair to assume that quite a few of us are figuring out now how to make some work-life transitions. It can be difficult for us to figure out work from home. It can also be tough on our kids. I'm a father to an outgoing 4-year-old, and my wife and I have been trying to find ways to continue her preschool education and to keep her from going completely stir-crazy. Maybe you're in a similar situation with childcare, or you're working with an older child to keep them from slipping behind. Fret not, we've got some handy and inexpensive services ready to help. From one geeky parent to another. The biggest challenge for Marie and I has been how to shake up each day to prevent our daughter Lex from getting too bored by the same routine. Like her preschool, we've taken to holding a different class every day, with activities and play to keep her active. Now, she has been getting more screen time than usual, but we're trying to keep it more engaging. So here's what we've done to recreate some of those classes. And the Newegg team is going to put together a whole list of links and resources in the description for this video. First up, science class. Now, we got really lucky here as Lex is an absolute nut for dinosaurs, and she loves TV shows like Dinosaur Train and Dino Dana. So we used the PBS Eons YouTube channel as a gateway to some other fun science lectures. Channels like SciShow Kids and Nat Geo Kids have fun and playful videos at the ready to discuss a variety of topics. The Nat Geo website has a collection of fun experiments which are great starters for observing and predicting what might happen. You know, my daughter is starting to get the word hypothesis. It's pretty cute. For older kids, now is also a terrific time to introduce concepts like logic and coding. Mike Likes Science and Geek Girl Diaries can help introduce topics, and I'm only a little embarrassed to admit that I personally had a lot of fun with the Grasshopper app on Android, which is a coding puzzle game for kids. But I thought it was fun too. Next up, art class. Now, this one's a bit easier. Lex is a fairly self-motivated kid to tear into a box of crayons and a stack of our printer paper all on her own. But guiding some of that, the popular children's author Mo Willems has been making daily vlogs teaching kids how to draw some of the characters from his books. Art for Kids Hub has a fun family dynamic, and there are a bunch of papercraft videos you can search for. I'm personally an origami nut, so we've started teaching Lex a little paper folding. Now, if you weren't able to stock up on art supplies, but maybe you've got an old phone or a tablet handy, there are a ton of art and sketchpad apps out there. Even for younger kids, I'd maybe recommend against some of the more basic coloring book style apps. You know, they're usually more limited and sometimes have in-app purchases or ads that you can't always monitor. Instead, we started with standard sketchbook apps for grown-ups, like Sketchbook from Autodesk. The UI is super simple, and Lex has way more tools and control over what she wants to create. And it's free. Lex just starting to use my tablet about a week ago, and a drawing she pulled off yesterday. A fun tip for older kids looking for a painting instructor, you can find a couple seasons of Bob Ross, The Joy of Painting on Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon Prime, not to mention ripped episodes on YouTube. Bob Ross is super cool. Okay, we're done with art class and on to math. Lex is 4, so we're just getting into basic arithmetic. Addition is still mostly just counting, and it's as much practice for her writing her numbers as it is really learning about math concepts. The main shout out for kids of all ages, Khan Academy has an incredible library of instructional videos covering concepts from preschool to college level math. And Khan Kids is a handy app covering early development. Khan Academy started as a collection of math videos, but has grown to include other subjects like science, physics, computer programming, history, and economics. Even grown-ups should be scouting out some classes on Khan Academy and keep our minds sharp. On to reading and language. Best thing you can do for language development is read to a child every day. We have a little library of books for Lex, but when looking for new books, don't forget about your local library. Sure, you probably can't leave the house, but if you have a library card, you should be able to grab ebooks and audiobooks for free. Another inexpensive resource for us grown-ups too. The Unite for Literacy website has interactive books to help teach reading comprehension. And if you're looking for a fun way to shake up the reading routine, Storyline Online has videos of animated books being read by fun celebrity hosts. Arnie the Donut, as read by Chris O'Dowd, is my current favorite. For bilingual education, Duolingo is one of the more popular resources to turn to for vocabulary skills. But don't forget about the alternative language settings on videos. We've been getting Lex more comfortable with Spanish by watching movies she's seen before using the alternative language tracks. Okay, so we're cooped up inside, but that doesn't mean we can't keep up with a little phys ed. You probably don't want your kids running a full gym class while you work from home, but after a handful of other subjects, it's nice to get up and stretch a bit. Literally, this is a great time for all of us to consider activities like yoga. The Cosmic Kids YouTube channel has been one of our favorite streams for keeping Lex interested in a story-driven, guided yoga session. You can also get a little creative with teaching activity as a lifestyle. I have an old Android watch, which we sometimes let Lex wear so she can see how many points she gets during the day when active. And lastly for this video, kids need some recess, some downtime, watching fun shows. PBS, Netflix Kids, Disney Plus are all regular streams when we all need to take a break. Using that library card again, you can use Canopy for unlimited children's streaming. And we're just starting to introduce Lex to some gaming. Pretty basic stuff like PBS Kids Online, the Peppa Pig series, Dr. Panda, and a handful of the less predatory gem swap and draw dots games, which don't assault you with microtransactions. As a family, this is good bonding time. And we're starting to introduce more mainstream gaming too, like kart racers and some classic competition titles. Lex's current favorite character in Street Fighter 2 is Blanca. That's age appropriate, right? And for us geeky parents out there, now is also a really good time to help other parents out with good video calling tools. We've been setting up virtual playdates with friends over Skype, FaceTime, and Duo. Socializing with her preschool pals has really helped take the edge off. And her ballet class and Spanish classes have recently started teaching online using Zoom. The dance teachers needed some help setting that up, but the families using it really appreciate it. And that does it for schooling at home. Some personal tips on what Marie and I are doing to keep our toddler safe, happy, and engaged. With so many changes happening, it's easy for us adults to get overwhelmed. Now, thankfully, there are numerous inexpensive and free resources to help families out. The Newegg Ninjas put together a great collection of resources, which you can catch in the description for this video. And make sure you check out the links below, and you can head over to Newegg's work from home and homeschooling portals. And if there are any websites, apps, or services we missed, drop some comments down below. Let's spread the word on some good educational family tech. Next up, Trisha is going to put together her video on tools you can use, gadgets and hardware for keeping your kids engaged and entertained. All right, Eggheads, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, subscribing to this channel. For Newegg Studios, I'm Juan Carlos Bagnell, and I'll catch you all on the next one.